So our half guard is another one of our main forms of guard that we'll play very often. This one comes up a lot as people are first starting to learn the close guard, when the guard gets opened up and our partner starts climbing over the top and we catch a leg here and we prevent them from completing their pass. This is where I think most people get their first experience with half guard and what it can do for you in a match. Now, when we wind up in this half guard, what we're looking at is I should be on one hip. So right now I'm on my right hip, and that leaves my right leg hooking inside of his leg that's closest to me. Now, a few different ways that I can lock that down. I could be locking with just my leg here. I might, and this is more of like a Hail Mary last ditch effort to prevent the pass, I might lock up on the leg. But in general, also that was a play tap. Don't anybody out there who's new to this think that this will give you a submission. We're just having fun here. But we want to keep this leg from passing our body. And sometimes we might lock down on it in a last ditch effort to prevent the pass. But most of the time, instead of locking down here, we're gonna use this outside leg as a knee shield, either high up on the shoulder or down here on the hip, either a high knee shield or a low knee shield. And we'll have different options for both of those. When I am bottom half guard player, I am trying to maintain a sideways position. I wanna be on one shoulder, ideally looking for like an underhook or some sort of frame on his body. The major battle that's happening here is whether or not he can flatten me out to my hip and shoulder on the outside. If I'm on my side, I'm pretty offensive from here. I can start to sit up, I can wrestle my way up into good positions, I could go underneath and get a hold of the leg to either sweep or attack his legs. But we're in a good spot here to bear his weight. What I'm trying to avoid are situations where he beats my knee shield, he flattens me out to the ground, and he takes some sort of connections that hold me in place and make it hard for me to recover. Now he's beaten this knee, he's beaten this knee on the outside, he's formed a chest-to-chest connection, and he's starting to force feed me his shoulder pressure. And that's not gonna be too fun for me. So on the bottom, our main goal, as we are just getting into position and playing around with this, is to learn how we can keep this weight off of us and stay on our side, keeping our outside shoulder and hip from getting flattened out where we get stuck on the bottom and passed. When I'm on top, I start trying to reverse engineer all of the things that I would have wanted on the bottom. The knee shield, the sideways position. I'm looking to beat this knee shield, and we're gonna have a lot of different ways of doing it. I flatten my partner out. I form my connection. I form my connections, and I keep him stuck on the bottom where he can't move around and transition to other guards or take himself out to the side and get out and around my body. From here, my main goal in a few different ways is going to be to start extracting my leg and either taking myself off to the side in a few different ways or taking myself over the top and freeing that foot as I build up to a mount position. But the goal on the top is for me to flatten my opponent, to prevent them from getting their connections that might offload my weight, and then to start extracting my leg and either backing out to another guard that I might be able to pass easier, going all the way around towards our side control, or going all the way forward into our mount. There are a few different submissions that we can hit from this bottom position. The main one that we are going to be looking for as we start to build this position up is going to be a Kimura here, all right? Half guard's not a position that I personally attack from a bunch in terms of going for submission. I'm a very big fan of aiming all of my jiu-jitsu at the back. So in a minute, we're going to look at transitions and ways that we can move out of the half guard closer to top pins. But if I'm down here and I see that my opponent's arm is extended and isolated, maybe even posted on the floor here, I'm going to start attacking it, going after Kimuras, bringing myself underneath, and either getting finishes here, or sometimes he might free the leg, start bringing yourself around to the side, and I'm going to use this to sweep. So when we're on the bottom for half guard, we want to be aware that that arm is there and that we can use it. There are also some other things like choi bars, like straight arm locks that people have been messing with from positions like this, and we'll get into those. But right now, as we're trying to build the bare bones basics of the position, I'm going to be showing you guys how to transition out of half guard towards the back, towards other positions, setting up other more offensive guards as we've like trapped the leg, stopped a pass, and then try to get back into an offensive game on the bottom. But for now, that Kimura is going to be our main attack that we'll look for as we're playing with this half guard stuff. So as for transitions, we will have a lot of different places we can go from here. When our opponent postures up, this gives us a lot of opportunity to move into other guards. There are also other variations just of half guard. So maybe I'm playing half guard, and without moving my hooking leg, I throw in a butterfly hook. We're gonna be looking at butterfly guard for our next video tomorrow. But we can throw this hook inside of the thigh, and now this game is changed up. We have 2 feet on the inside position. This opens up a lot of new leg lock opportunities for us and just changes the game as far as what he has to be worried about from his top position. We're also going to be looking at things like outside position, where now if I can get outside of this elbow, posture up for me real quick, the leg that I have hooking for half guard, here it's half guard. Here, it's a bottom hook for when I take the back. We get to the back, and now I already have the most important hook in place. So we want to be thinking not just in terms of transition, but in terms of the anchor points that we already have as we're making that transition. I wouldn't want to give up this hook because I think I'm going towards the back, because then I just have to get that hook all over again, and maybe he doesn't let me have it. So think about when we're doing any of our transitions, what controls we can take with us from position to position that'll help us once we get there. Half guard is also another position that we will be able to hit some wrestle ups from, where we build ourselves up into more scrambly wrestling type positions and scenarios, such as building my way up to an underhook versus wizard type situation. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming.